When evaluating any biomedical intervention, the first question you need to ask is not what does the mechanism suggest, but what does the human evidence show? These are different questions, and conflating them is one of the most reliably exploited vulnerabilities in health consumer psychology. Mechanism is a hypothesis. Human trial evidence is a test of that hypothesis. In the ND plus supplement space, the gap between these two categories, when comparing niacin to NMN, is not subtle, it's staggering. Niacin has more than 80 years of human clinical trial data. FDA-approved therapeutic applications. Dosing protocols validated across hundreds of thousands of patients. Long-term safety data from multi-year studies. Documented efficacy for lipid modification, pellagra reversal, and other clinical endpoints. When niacin has caused problems, hepatotoxicity at high extended-release doses, for example, those problems were identified through rigorous post-market surveillance and incorporated into clinical guidance. The evidence base is mature, warts and all. NMN, by contrast, has fewer than 20 small human trials, most running under 12 weeks. Many conducted in young, healthy subjects who have relatively high endogenous ND plus synthesis and limited room to demonstrate benefit from supplementation. The existing trials are largely funded by companies with commercial interests in positive outcomes. The primary endpoints are typically surrogate markers, blood NAD plus levels, rather than clinical outcomes like disease prevention, functional capacity, or lifespan. Raising your blood NAD plus level is not the same as living longer or healthier. It's a biomarker shift whose downstream significance in humans remains essentially uncharacterized. This is the evidence hierarchy problem in its starkest form. The supplement industry has successfully convinced millions of consumers to treat rodent data as personally actionable health guidance. When a mouse study shows that NMN extends lifespan in aged mice, the implicit message is this will work for you. The explicit reality is that rodent-to-human translation in longevity research has a long and humbling track record of failure. Interventions that dramatically extend murine lifespans with remarkable frequency fail to replicate in primate or human studies. The warning here is not that NMN is worthless. It's that you cannot currently know whether it works in humans for longevity outcomes, because the evidence to answer that question doesn't exist yet. Spending significant money on an intervention whose efficacy you cannot evaluate is a financial and scientific risk that should be taken with eyes fully open. The appropriate epistemic posture is not faith in a molecule, it's demand for human evidence before meaningful investment. Niacin has earned that evidence over 8 decades, and NMN is still making its case.